I've spoken a lot online about my journey of recovery from chronic fatigue syndrome in my book on healing chronic illness. I've spoken less about the fact that I also had PMS and for several years I would say actually PMDD, which is a severe form of PMS, which can lead to severe anxiety, depression, really challenging physical experiences as well, and my nervous system being very dysregulated, often for 2 weeks before my period started. I just thought I'd share a bit about that journey that actually began most significantly when I'd recovered from chronic fatigue, but there was clearly still a lot of dysregulation in my system, a lot of trauma to work through, and as I addressed pieces of trauma, and I'd often book in a therapeutic session for my premenstrual time to help me get through it, and sometimes that session would just release something and then I'd be fine again. So I could really see the mind-body connection with my PMS or PMDD symptoms, and then also supplements. Some basic PMS supplements that I found online were a real life changer when I found those, and that was only in recent years. I really shifted things as well. So yeah, those were some of the things that really helped my hormones. Our hormones can be very impacted by stress, by trauma, also by our diet as well, and our nutrition. So it's really great to work with these things on multiple levels. And I'm now in my early 40s, well 41, and considering moving towards menopause, and some women are perimenopausal by this point. I wouldn't necessarily say I am. I've had moments of wondering. Again, it's a good time to sort of, if you're at that time in your life, to really think about your hormonal health, and and if you haven't already, following your cycle as well. That's another really important part, I would say, of my healing, was to recognize that when I'm premenstrual, it's okay to start to slow down. It's okay to take more rest. That's what my body's calling for. That's what your body's calling for at that time of the month. And certainly on the days of your period, take some time out. Take as much rest as you can. And for those of you working full time, I know that can be really hard. But do what you can. Do what you can, and leave the rest. And ideally, I feel like we should be able to get a day off, every month at that time of the month. And being self-employed, I very much sort of schedule my clients around my cycle, so I will often block out a day or two of my period, or at least so that I'm only seeing one person a day at that time. So yeah, whatever you can do to schedule more rest as you come towards your period, on your period, and then as you come out of it as well. And then often you will find, and certainly my experience was, that my summertime of my cycle, my ovulation time, was often really full of energy and vibrancy, and potency, and the capacity to be superwoman for a week. But yeah, that's not sustainable. We're cyclical beings, especially women, female-bodied people, and this following that cycle, that internal cycle until the menopause, is important. And then beyond the menopause, some women talk about following the cycle of the moon, that the full moon is like the inner summer and ovulation, and the new moon is like the winter or the menstruation time, so time for slowing down. And so that's just me speaking a little bit about my journey with PMS, PMDD, hormonal issues, and really glad to have got a lot of relief now. It's pretty good. It's nothing like it was when I'm premenstrual. Still notice it, but I think that's normal, and I think it's just my body telling me to slow down a bit. And if I listen to that, perhaps spend some more time in nature, it makes all the difference. And also to be around other women that are cycling and get the journey, that can be really helpful as well. So wishing you health and wellness today. Subscribe to my channel if you're listening to this on YouTube, and hit the bell notifications to receive notifications of my videos. And my websites are francescador.com and womenswellnesscircle.com, and I wish you well today and all days. And perhaps just taking a moment now to put your hands on your womb space and just take a moment to connect. This powerful center of our beings as women. It's really powerful to build a relationship with our womb spaces, to bring healing to our womb spaces by connecting. You could also imagine water flowing through your womb space, down through your womb space, cleansing your system, cleansing down through your vagina to the earth, taking away any old feelings, emotions, stories that are held in your womb space, to help provide some relief and healing to your womb space today. Sending a nice smile into your womb space too. It's a powerful centre connected to creativity and our capacity to create life or birth businesses, birth other things in the world, birth beauty in the world. Yeah, so wishing you well. Thank you for listening today, and and if you do have PMDD or PMS, I'm really happy to explore supporting you on that journey and looking at what can be going on beneath that. For me, there were so many layers of trauma, and and as I addressed those layers and worked on the nutrition and had the supplements, the symptoms melted away. So yeah, thank you for listening today and getting to the end of this video. Okay, bye.